Are you looking to learn more about your target audience, find new and relevant keywords to target, and also to increase the visibility of your product on Amazon? Then you have to take advantage of the automatic campaign in your advertising strategy. In this 3-part series, we're gonna go over the benefits of setting up automatic campaigns, and there are numerous benefits. Also, I'm gonna go through how to set up these campaigns based on your unique strategy. I'm gonna show you how to optimize these campaigns. And then finally, we're gonna go over how to utilize the data to your advantage across all of the different ad types. So stay tuned. If you're new here, my name is Mike Zagari. I am the creator of PPC Entourage. We are software to help you scale your Amazon advertising. Plus we provide results-driven management. If you are not subscribed to our channel, make sure you do so, because every single week we take all the knowledge we've gained from managing millions of dollars in ad spend and pour it into these videos to help you grow your business. So subscribe today, click on the notification bell, and let's get started. All right, so let's dive in. What is an automatic campaign and why is it beneficial for your advertising strategy? So an automatic campaign is the most basic way to get started with Amazon sponsored products. In fact, one of the benefits is that it is really easy to set up. So check this out. Simply click on sponsored product ads, come down over here, and you're gonna see that the automatic option is right over here under targeting. Now we're gonna get into campaign bidding strategy and how to make the campaign, the automatic campaign, a little bit more nuanced based on your strategy later on in this video. But just know that it is really simple to set up. I can select a product and then I can do a couple different things over here, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now that's it. It's really quick and easy. The second benefit is that it helps you to really fill in the advertising gaps that you may have. Now you're likely doing your own keyword research, you're finding the best opportunities for you, but you may not find all of those opportunities, and the automatic campaign helps you to really fill in those gaps. And let me give you an example here. This is a long tail search term, grill brush for gas, grill bristle free. Now that is an absolute mouthful. And what are the chances that you're going to get visibility for this long tail search term? Well, maybe not very high if you're not targeting it with your manual campaigns, but in an automatic campaign, this could help to fill in that advertising gap so that you're getting that visibility. The other thing is you can get visibility across different areas of Amazon. So check this out. If you go to the cart section over here, you're gonna see that sponsored products actually do show up in the cart. Now, do these ads really convert very well? Likely not. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill in those advertising gaps. So the auto campaign can help you get more impressions, more reach, and more visibility, and also help you do a ton of research, which is the third benefit. All right, so the auto campaign gives you really good insight into what Amazon thinks about your product. And the great thing is you can dive into the search term report and you could take a look at the various ASINs and search terms that show up just to give you an idea as to what Amazon thinks about your product. Now, this is one of the reasons why we recommend starting an auto campaign maybe a couple weeks after launch. Once you've actually started to get some sales, you may see some different search terms in here as compared to earlier on when Amazon doesn't really know what you're selling. So the point is, come in here and actually take a look and look at these search terms. Now, I pointed out a couple different things. The first thing that you're gonna notice is automatic campaigns are broad match. So this is gonna give us that wide visibility. Like I said before, it's going to help us to fill in the advertising gaps. So it's broad match. The other thing is it's going to help us to fill in some of those gaps with misspellings. This is car cave. We are selling cat caves, not car caves. So this helps to get some sales on some keywords that we might not be targeting. The other thing that I noticed when going into the search term report is it's also going to go after some of your branded keywords. So check this out. There's a whole list of branded keywords over here, and this could help you get some visibility and get some of those customers back into purchasing products who are already looking for you. Next, you're going to notice that some Spanish keywords, especially in the US marketplace, are going to show up over here. Now, if you're doing advertising in other marketplaces, let's say Canada, you may have some French keywords. The point is the automatic campaign allows you to fill in that advertising gaps on some of these Spanish keywords that you may not be going after in your manual campaign. So this brings us to benefit number 4, is that the automatic campaign gives you an ideal foundation for researching new keywords, new search terms, new ASINs, and new categories, and even new products to sell. Because I can come over here and take a good look at the search term report. Now, this is a gateway into the shopper's mind. We actually know what the shopper is searching for. And we could take a look here. Cat toys for indoor cats. I mean, that has shown up multiple times. That could be a keyword that I want to maybe put into my listing, or for sure, target with a manual campaign. And not only that, target it across sponsored brand ads and also sponsored brand video ads. You're also going to notice a host of ASINs that show up in the search term report. And this is nothing new to a lot of sellers, but what you can do is go to the ASINs that have, let's say, 2 or more orders and take these ASINs and use them in your strategy. You can target them with product targeting across sponsored product ads, sponsored brand ads, and sponsored display ads. You can also get a better idea as to how to upsell your product and maybe come up with a new product or bundle your product. There's so much that you can do with this intelligent thanks to the automatic campaign. All right, so there are different ways to set up the automatic campaign based on your strategy. Now, if you want to keep things really, really simple, all you have to do is click on set up an automatic campaign and go over here to the default bid. And that's going to be a really simple approach. Let's say you just wanted to throw like $10 a day towards all of your SKUs. What you can do is put each SKU in its own automatic campaign and use this default bid. Now that's a little bit of a, let's say, lazy way to do it, because there are ways now to fine tune that with the default by targeting groups. The second type of setup is by targeting group. Now, Amazon rolled this out in late 2019, and this is really cool because we could target close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. Now, what you need to know about this is close match and loose match are search term and keyword related. So in close match, we're going after keywords that are closely related to our product. Loose match, it's more complementary or loosely related. So then substitutes and complements will show up on the product detail page. Now, substitutes is more for products that are very closely related to what I am selling. Let's say I'm selling a grill brush. My grill brush will show up on other grill brushes product detail pages, and complement is for complementary products. So my grill brush could show up on a grill mat detail page or a grill cooking set detail page. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. If you have a bigger budget, what you could do is you can break up these campaigns by the actual targeting group, which would mean a close match targeting group would have its own campaign, a loose match would have its own campaign, a substitutes or a complements. I would say at the very least, break this up by ad group, because it's going to allow you to visually see which ad group is performing better. And all you have to do is name the ad group by the actual targeting type. You would name this one close match, and you can set a bid for that ad group. And then the next ad group would be loose match. And you may want to make that bid a little bit lower because it's not as closely related. So this gives you a little bit more flexibility. So once again, you could set this up in its own campaign or just make one campaign separated by ad group across the different auto targeting types. The third way to set this up, and I recommend that everyone set this campaign up, is a low bid automatic targeting campaign. And what I mean by low bid is you can set this up at, let's say, 45 cents or so and put a bunch of your best selling SKUs in here. And this is going to be like a catch-all campaign. This is going to help us to fill in that advertising gap. We'll probably get a lot of like Spanish keywords, maybe misspellings, maybe some long tail. It's not always going to be like great keywords, but we can use this as a way to, once again, fill in our advertising gap and get the search terms and keywords that we're probably not going to go after if we don't have this automatic campaign set up. All right, so a couple of frequently asked questions that we get are, what campaign bidding strategy should I use for an automatic campaign? Now you have 3 options here: dynamic bids down only, dynamic bids up and down, and fixed bids. This is something that I want you to be careful about, because by default, it used to be dynamic bids down only, but now by default, it is dynamic bids up and down. And this could end up costing you a lot of money. I recommend switching right over here to dynamic bids down only, using that first. And if the automatic campaign is performing well after several months, then go ahead and test out dynamic bids up and down. Now, specifically, if Amazon doesn't know your product yet, or if you're just launching a product, definitely go to dynamic bids down only, because that takes conversion rate into account. And as we all know, if you have less reviews, your conversion rate is likely going to be lower to start. So make sure you make that switch when setting up an auto campaign. So how about ad groups? And as I said before, you can break it up by ad group. You can do your close match in one ad group, your loose match in another ad ad group, or you can throw all of your products into one ad group under a low bid campaign. So there's multiple ways to do it. You can get strategic with it, but the point is you want to make things simple for yourself in the future so that when you go to optimize, you can clearly see what's performing well and what's not, so you can make better decisions. So how about the default bid? Well, this could go multiple different directions based on how aggressive you want to be. And we have a video that goes over 6 different ideas on how to determine your starting bid. So if you're going after a low bid campaign, well, you can start with a very low bid. Anywhere between 20 and 50 cents is a good way to start. You can always start on the lower side and raise your bid up if you see that you're not getting impressions or you're not getting favorable search terms. You could always start low and go high. Another suggestion, if you have data, is to go in and find the average cost per click, take that number and adjust the starting bid from there. So let's say across all of your campaigns, your average cost per click is 85 cents. You could start your auto campaign around 85 cents just as a ballpark and then use that as a starting point. Another question that we get is, should we use placement modifiers on our automatic campaigns? And to start out, if you're just starting out a new automatic campaign, the answer to this is definitely no. We leave this at 0 and 0. But as time goes on and you're doing your optimization, you may come over here and see that product pages is outperforming top of search, or maybe it's vice versa. Then you can go ahead and make some modifications and try to improve your optimization based on placement. So what kind of automatic campaigns are you using, and what kind of strategy and tips do you have? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, the video on top is last week's video on 4 tips to improve your Amazon advertising, and the video below is a video that YouTube thinks you may like. And if you need any help whatsoever with your Amazon ads, forget the spreadsheets, head on over to ppcentourage.com and check out how we can help you grow your brand using the power of Amazon ads. I'll see you all next week.